Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Taco, and today we are back with another video, and today we are going to be doing my NFL running back rankings. Got all 32 teams that are running back ones, who's the starter, if the position's a little iffy on who the starter is, over here is who I think the starter is, and the criteria is simply the ability to help your team win. This is no fantasy, no stats, no none of that. Just the ability to have your team win regular season, postseason, whatever. Your team wins because of this guy. That's what he's ranked off of. Let's get right into it. At number 32, I have the Steelers with Jaylen Warren. Now, I do think that by the end of the year, Caleb Johnson could totally be this team's starting running back. And if he is a starting running back, I think that he'd be higher up on this list. But Jaylen Warren, he's decent as a 2. He was relatively efficient when he got in, and that's something that's always good with lower tier running backs, is that they are efficient most of the times. But we haven't seen him in a big role yet. That's what he's going to have to take this year. And just not extremely confident in Jaylen Warren. There's also, every team is a good running back. It's that one position. Every team has a good one. Jaylen Warren's just not that great. Number 31 is the Cowboys and Javonte Williams. Again, just a lot of good running backs in this league. We see Javonte Williams. He came over from Denver. He was able to get the job done. Was a decent runner, much better receiver. Or not much better, but, he was more of a receiving back. He was decent there with Sean Payton in that offense going to Dallas. He's going to have to be their RB1. Just not... he's not great. That's the problem. But he's decent enough. Well, maybe not enough because he's at 31. But yeah, Javonte Williams here at 31. At number 30, you have the Browns and Jerome Ford. Now, Jerome Ford had to have a workhorse load one year and had 1,000 yards. He had a very good year in 23. 24, it kind of dipped down a little bit. 25, I know that Judkins is in there. I know that Sampson is in there. I think by the end of the year, it will be Judkins. But with Jerome Ford right now, I think he's solid. I think he'll go in there. He'll do his job. He'll be efficient-ish. He'll be an okay running back for the Browns, but it's not what you want, especially with a young QB where you want to rely on a run game. You just can't really do that with Jerome Ford. That's why he's here at 30. At number 29, I have DeAndre Swift. He took a big fall, mainly because a lot of guys took a step up. And DeAndre Swift, again, there's not a big problem with him. He's actually in a situation where, with Ben Johnson, with no real competing running back, he can be a dog this year. He could have 1,000 rushing yards kind of easily. But DeAndre Swift is solid. He was kind of inefficient last year. Yes, that's the Bears O-line too. But DeAndre Swift, he's down here because I just need to see something from him now that he's in Chicago and not with a top-tier O-line like he had in Philly and maybe even Detroit. At number 28, I have Isaiah Pacheco. Now, Isaiah Pacheco last year, he was hurt. When he came back, Kareem Hunt was kind of still that team's lead back, but we've seen what Isaiah Pacheco can do. Again, when it's ability to help your team win, the guy that won back-to-back Super Bowls as the RB1 his first 2 years, probably pretty good. Yes, obviously because of the quarterback too. But Isaiah Pacheco is a very solid runner. He does get the job done on a lot of occasions. Obviously, a real powerful running style. But yeah, Isaiah Pacheco, he's all right. He's here at 28. At number 27, I have Brian Robinson. Now, Brian Robinson, he's a solid running back. He had, quite a few touchdowns last year. Gets it done on the ground, gets done when he needs to get done for a Commanders offense that runs a bunch of running backs and runs their quarterback a lot. But, he's okay. Is he something like all that? No. He's good at the goal line. He's good, with power. But he's not all that. He's down here at 27. At number 26, I have J.K. Dobbins, the newly signed Denver Bronco. This guy had 1,000 rushing yards last year. Yes, he had a very good offensive line and a very good situation with the Chargers. And yes, it is hard to know if he is healthy. But we saw a lot of flashes, a lot of solid things, the explosive ability. I think that, yes, it'll be a big committee in Denver, especially with R.J. Harvey, the rookie, coming in. But J.K. Dobbins is going to be a very good running back for Denver if he keeps on doing what he was doing in Los Angeles. And obviously, health is a concern. If he gets past that, he'll be good. At number 25, I have Tyrone Tracy, the back of the New York Giants. Tyrone Tracy had a very good rookie year. He was a 5th-round pick, took over for Devin Singletary. He got hurt and just kind of wasn't very good. But Tyrone Tracy came in, played great. He was a great receiver. I believe he played receiver in college for a little. But Tyrone Tracy was very solid. I expect that to improve. I expect that to improve a lot as he takes a workhorse role. This is going to be I think it's going to be a pretty great year for Tyrone Tracy and what he's going to do, just taking another leap in his game. At number 24, I have Ramondre Stevenson, and Ramondre Stevenson is like, he's all right. He had some fumbling problems. Antonio Gibson comes in on sometimes, but he was kind of seen as the strength in a Patriots offense because, the year started off with Jacoby Brissett and Drake May and stuff, not great stuff. But Ramondre Stevenson, he's all right. He's all right. That's what he does. He can rip off some big plays. He can rip off some fun plays. But, yeah, he's all right. At number 23, I have Travis Etienne. Now, by the end of last year, the guy that was taking a lot of the carries, a lot of the rushing snaps, was Tank Bigsby. He had a great year last year. He'd probably be around the same spot for me. I went with Etienne, though, because Liam Cohen, he's more of a pass-the-ball guy. Etienne, more of a pass-the-ball running back. And again, his receiving game, probably his best part. I do think that we'll see a bounce back quite a bit in the rushing game. The Bucs offense was still an effective rushing team as well. But yeah, Travis Etienne, he's a very solid back. He's up here at 23. Saw a little dip down. I think that we will see him back up again. At number 22, I have Kenneth Walker. Now, he's kind of splitting snaps right now with Zach Charbonnet. But Kenneth Walker, we know that he has the talent. He just has to show it on the field. He's gotten hurt a lot. We've seen the explosive ability. We've seen the idea of a very good Kenneth Walker. His rookie year was great. But it just hasn't come the whole way through. I think that we're going to get another step in his progression. I don't know what we're fully going to see from Kenneth Walker, though. That's why he's here at 22. At number 21, we have Alvin Kamara. And Alvin Kamara has been a very solid running back for a while now. He's never had 1,000 yards, but I think last year was like the closest he's gotten to it. He keeps on, he's not falling off. And yes, part of me just thinks it's going to happen with all the touches he used to get. But, he was part of a split backfield too. Maybe not. He's still been very solid. Probably the best part of the Saints offense. Solid rush game, receiving game. We know what Alvin Kamara is. We've seen it for like 8 years now. Alvin Kamara up here at 21. At number 20, I got Tony Pollard. Now, last year, he was kind of the only good part of the Titans offense. I wanted more from Spears. I think that we'll see more from Spears this year, too. And obviously, that offense could not pass the ball. But Tony Pollard does his job. His first year in Tennessee, he was inefficient his last year in Dallas, which was surprising because he was very efficient the first few years as backup to Zeke. But, yeah, he came back. Tennessee had a very strong year. Again, there are just so many good running backs in this league, though. That's why he's here at 20. At number 19, I have Aaron Jones, and it's kind of the same thing with Kamara. Why is Aaron Jones not falling off? He's been very good in pass game, the run game. He does everything very well. He'll be a great piece for J.J. McCarthy to throw to and, have run the ball. Solid at running, very good at receiving. We've seen the same for like 7 years. What do I need to explain with Aaron Jones? It's the same with Kamara. That's why he's up here. Very good. At number 18, I have Najee Harris. Again, I'm higher on Najee Harris than it seems like a lot of people are because he puts up yards. He puts up 1,000 yards. He's very consistent. And he's going to an offense that fits perfectly for him in the Los Angeles Chargers. He gets to just run the ball. He's the most powerful. He's the biggest, the largest. The offensive line, the biggest, the largest. Anything that they need, it's big, it's large. The Chargers, Najee Harris, I think he's going to fit great with them. I think that he's going to have another good year. That's why he's up here at 18. Now, there's not the upside with Najee Harris, but there is a very solid floor that we all have seen recently. At number 17, I have Breece Hall. Now, Breece Hall was like number 2 or 3 in a lot of people's lists. I had him down at like 7 or 8. which was the lowest I see. And he wasn't good. He wasn't great. Now I expect some improvement. I expect, the quarterback change to help with Breece Hall. But it's not been great with Breece Hall. We know he's good in fantasy. What is he going to do on the field? I do think that it will be something. It will be something solid. But I have to just keep him down here at 17 until he really proves it. At number 16, I have Chase Brown. This is probably a lot higher than where a lot of people have him, and that's because Chase Brown is a dog. Yes, the Bengals have all these guys, and people are focused on passing the ball, but Chase Brown is a very efficient runner when he gets the ball. He's an efficient receiver out the backfield. He does his job. He's only going to improve going into year 3. I think he's finally going to get that workhorse role going into the year. Chase Brown, very solid. He's here at number 16. At number 15, probably the highest I'll have any rookie on my list is Ashton Jeanty. And Ashton Jeanty's a dog. We saw what he did at Boise State. He was completely robbed of the Heisman. Had, what was it, like 26 rushing title, like 2,600 yards. Whatever he did, whatever he wanted to do, he did. And now he's going into a grown man's game. That's true. There will be some growing pains, but Ashton Jeanty is still a dog. We see what running backs can do in the rookie season. I don't see why he doesn't follow the trend. That's why he's up here at 15. At number 14, I have Chuba Hubbard. And Chuba Hubbard was quietly like top 5 in rushing for a while without a good quarterback. And we're going to see hopefully an improvement with Bryce Young this year. And Chuba Hubbard is going to be good again, what he was last year. That's all we need. He was a very good running back. That's what he's going to be able to do, hopefully. He's a dog. He's a dog. That's what Chuba Hubbard is. That's why he's here at 14. At number 13, I have Devon Achane. And Devon Achane, he was, extremely efficient his rookie year. That was his thing. He got hurt, but when he was in the game, he was great. His second year kind of did what we expect to happen. He took the workhorse role. The efficiency wasn't there, but you can still see the flashes. He was probably the best receiving running back in the league. He's great. Only going to improve again. That's why he is up here at 13. At number 12, I have Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving had 1,100 yards in his rookie year and is only going to improve. Yes, there's the new OC. There's the things with that, but I still think that Bucky Irving is a dog. He'll continue to be a dog. He's up here, great running, great at everything. He's Bucky Irving. Everybody had a good fantasy experience with Bucky Irving. Maybe I'm a little biased and I'm running away again. I need a tripod. Number 11, I have James Conner of the Arizona Cardinals. Last year I had him at like 26. That might be my most shameful take that I've had because James Conner is a dog. He's been a workhorse for the Cardinals and I expected it to just fall off and it hasn't. And why should I expect it to fall off when it hasn't for a while? It's the same thing with Jones, same thing with Kamara, same thing with those guys. He gets it done in the running game. He always has the long play explosiveness, but he's very good. He's very powerful when he needs to be. He's good in the receiving game. He's good at everything. All right, that's why he's up here at number 11. At number 10, we have Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon had a very solid career with the Bengals, comes to the Texans, and picked up right where he left off, if not better. Was really the focal point of that offense with not a great O-line, did a great job, was always in the end zone, it felt like. Joe Mixon was just very solid. We see it year in and year out. Why should I see it stopping? It's the same with the guys I named in the last block. Why Joe Mixon stop? Because he's very good. He's very good. He's here at number 10. At number 9, I have James Cook. Now, James Cook, he's got the little contract dispute, but when he plays, he is a dog. All right, he's been very consistent the last 2 years in just making plays in the open space, making big plays when he can. He's been a very solid option for the Buffalo Bills next to, Josh Allen in that passing game and even Josh Allen's running game. James Cook has just been a very, very good piece. That's why he's up here at number 9. At number 8, do I know what to think of him? No. Could he be 1? Could he be like 25 maybe? It is Christian McCaffrey. Big stay away in fantasy and things like that. But CMC, we know what CMC is. CMC is the best running back in football when he's healthy. You know, maybe with what Saquon, Derrick Henry did, maybe that's not the same anymore. But CMC is a great runner, great receiver, great at everything. He's CMC. But what are we going to see? You know, he's already getting old. He already had injury history. And then this, like, weird Achilles, like, if he plays, like, 4 games, I won't be surprised. I do wish the best for CMC, though. And that's why he's up here at number 8. At number 7, I have Kyren Williams. In the past 2 years, Kyren Williams has been a dog for my fantasy team, for like every single league, and for, you know, the Los Angeles Rams. He has been just a great running back, a great, you know, that was a position that was a big question mark with the Rams. He's filled it so well. He gets the job done. Yeah, the efficiency wasn't there this year like it was in 23, but the touchdowns were, the production was. That's why he's up here at number 7. At number 6, I have Jonathan Taylor. And, you know, 21, he led the league in rushing. Then he had the injury in 22, was a little bit hurt in 23. He's slowly gotten better. He's slowly creeping back up. And he's a dog. We saw at the end of last year that team who, they don't know what they're doing at quarterback. Is it Daniel Jones this year? That's... But Jonathan Taylor was, you know, like 30 touches a game or something the last few games of the year. He's going to be a dog again. Just keeps improving, it feels like. And yeah, Jonathan Taylor, he's up here at number 6. At number 5, I have Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs simply went to the Green Bay Packers and completely revitalized his career. Maybe it's because, you know, Vegas, they don't have a good O-line, you know, things like that. But Josh Jacobs just played amazing football, became the number 1 piece in that offense, and he was a dog. That's simply what he did. He was, I think, like top 3 in rushing for a while. And yeah, Josh Jacobs, just a great player. That's why he's here at number 5. At number 4, I have Bijan Robinson. And Bijan Robinson last year, you know, it wasn't him and Algier anymore. It was Bijan, and Bijan went to work. Bijan was great in rushing, great receiving, had probably 2,000 all-purpose. I don't actually know what he had, but he had a lot of yards. He was very good. He scored a lot. He did a lot. He was the focal point for a Falcons offense that's going to just improve, hopefully. And yeah, Bijan, he's young. He's only going to get better. That's why he's here at number 4. At number 3, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. And the thing that Jahmyr Gibbs has that maybe Bijan or Josh Jacobs doesn't is efficiency. He averages like 6 yards a carry. Yes, David Montgomery's there. Yes, he steals reps. But Jahmyr Gibbs is a dog. He can do what he needs to do in the receiving game. He can't pass block, which is a weird thing. But he is a dog. Jahmyr Gibbs, that's why he's up here at number 3. At number 2, it is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, people saw him as washed. He went to the Baltimore Ravens. I was kind of high on the signing, but, you know, not a lot of people were. And he was amazing. He was 30, but it's Derrick Henry. Who cares when you're like, you know, when you're built like LeBron and you play running back, you know, your body can take it. And he had 1,900 rushing yards. He was a dog. But there was one guy that was a little bit better. Number 1, you knew it was coming. It's Saquon Barkley. What do I got to say? Go Birds. He's Saquon Barkley. Like, you know, 2,000. I think he might go for 2,000 again. I mean, what's stopping him? What's stopping him? What's stopping him? That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If it makes you drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.